You're a get the out of here.
Oh!
Turn it back.
Turn it down.
On this episode of Shark Tank, we will follow the pitch of two young entrepreneurs, Eric Williams and Philip Lapuz. These young men believed they had successfully produced the most precise putters in the world. Eric Williams, the creative director of Kronos Golf, and Philip Lapuz, founder and designer at Kronos Golf, are in Shark Tank to seek $150,000 for 15% in their company. The pair began their pitch by demonstrating how their Kronos putters were created, which seemed to please the Sharks. The highly sensitive putters would help golfers to improve their putting stroke on the golf course. Kevin O'Leary was invited to the in-studio putting screen to take a swing with one of the putters, but he missed. The pitch took a different turn when they declared their numbers in sales as $260,000, with 95% of that amount from Japan, which the Sharks appreciated. However, the Sharks wanted to know the premium value of the golf putters. Eric and Philip told them that the cheapest putter was $500. The Sharks were skeptical about the high price of the putters, but the men shared that the cost of manufacturing a putter was around $120. At this point, Mark Cuban dropped out, majorly because he wasn't a fan of golf, and was seconded by Barbara Corcoran, who stated her hate for golf. Lori Greiner believed that they focus on the Japanese market, since the product is welcomed there unlike the American market, which needed permission from pro clubs before they patronize. She went out next. When asked about the motivation to own their business, Philip unexpectedly became teary, explaining how he needed to gain approval from his in-laws to marry his fiancée by getting the business off the ground, which is why he decided to come on the show.
At that time, I was working in consulting, and her parents approved, and now they don't approve.
Kevin was touched by his story and even dropped a few tears, but also backed out. The last shark was Robert Herjavec. He offered the pair $150,000 for a 35% stake, which was countered by the men for 25%. Eventually, Eric and Philip got a deal for $150,000 for a 30% stake from Robert.
Do you want your putter now or later with your name engraved on it? Because we'd love to do a deal with you.
All right.
Research revealed that Kronos Golf is still in business and continues to grow after appearing on Shark Tank. Currently, Kronos brings in an estimated $5 million a year. Also, in 2019, Kronos entered partnerships with 5 PGA Tour golfers to help build sales in the U.S., as advised by Kevin O'Leary. Manish Sethi is in Shark Tank Season 7 with his Pavlok watch invention designed to help users break bad habits within a short period. Did he strike a deal with the Sharks? Find out in this video. Manish entered Shark Tank to seek $500,000 for 3.14% equity of his business, Pavlok, to the amusement of the Sharks. Pavlok was born on the premise of helping people stop bad habits, such as nail biting, oversleeping, binge eating, and other severe habits. He further explained that the Pavlok buzzer watch was made to trigger a mild electrical sensation in the body that signals the brain to reduce bad habits by pressing a button. The science behind the watch is an age-long study from Ivan Pavlok and other research studies in 1988 on aversive conditioning. After introducing the watch, he gave the Sharks samples and tested the different intensities on them. The Sharks jumped when the intensity was increased.
Yeah, so I set it low for you because I didn't want everybody to get scared.
Can you set it higher?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Turn it back.
Turn it down.
However, the Sharks still weren't convinced about the veracity of the product. To clear their doubts, Manish handed the Sharks a booklet showing various studies of the effects of aversive conditioning, not related to the watch. From there, the pitch nosedived as Mark Cuban called him a con artist and illegitimate, to which Lori also agreed. About the $14 million valuation of the company, Manish declared that he had $800,000 in pre-orders and prototypes within 1 week of launching, and each product was sold for $200. Mark Cuban and Lori Greiner were not convinced about the legitimacy of the product with no testing, so they dropped out. Barbara Corcoran felt the presentation was too complicated and also dropped out. Robert Herjavec thought the valuation was unreasonably high and therefore went out. Manish was left with Kevin O'Leary, who showed interest due to his background in psychology. He offered $500,000 as a loan for 7.5% interest for 24 months, plus the 3.14% equity. To his amazement, Manish turned down the offer, stating that he didn't want to work with Kevin because they weren't focused on making money.
It's the person. I feel like I would take an offer from anybody besides Mr. Wonderful.
This led Kevin to curse at him as he left the tank. Years after appearing in Shark Tank, Pavlok has continued to thrive, although they have not reached the $14 million valuation. It is currently earning about $600,000 in annual revenue. The Pavlok can be bought on Amazon or the Pavlok website,